see? Do you see? Do you know what you're looking at? What's the purpose? Okay. You're not seeing matted hair, right? You're seeing some curls that still look pretty defined, yeah? Like some separation of curls. Some of them haven't even totally been pulled apart from finger coiling. How many days do you think this, how old do you think this wash and go is? Yeah, it's just a wash and go. A simple wash and go. How old do you think it is? See, there's a curl right there. Pull it apart. Okay, so the purpose of this little video for you guys is because I want to help you. I have a few people that every now and then they make comments to me, my hair can't look like yours because we have a different texture, or your hair is awesome because of this, or your hair looks moisturized because of this. And the fact of the matter is it's not an issue or a matter of my having this wonderful hair that's so different and so much like an extraordinary head of hair that is so different from yours. Because you too can have hydrated, moisturized hair, a wash and go that can look nice after so many days. I did ask you how many days you thought this has been going on. Let's see. This, because some of you might be like, that ain't even fresh looking. It's not even. The reason why I still think it's pretty awesome is because this wash and go is about 5 days old. 5 days. And guess what I've done to it? I have not, at any point in those 5 days, I have not sprayed water on it to add moisture and pile more products on top of it. I've not put anything on it. Like, I literally only put my hair up at night, and then I've taken my little hair doodad off and shaking it like I do. And that's it. So, let me get to the point. If your hair does not last more than a day, like if the second day it's already dried out, or even the first day, if it's already dried out, you've got a problem with your products, babe. That's just straightforward to the point. You got a problem with your products. I get clients so often who say, it looks great when I first shampoo it and while it's wet, but as soon as it dries, it's sucked up and it's dry and all. So here's the thing. When your hair is soaking wet, yes, it's going to be weighed down more by the water and the weight of the water, right? So yes, it's going to be weighed down more. And then as it dries, it is going to poof some, and it's going to, you're going to have a little more volume. That's okay. But as it poofs and as you have that volume, if in that poofy time, as it's poofing, your curls don't look like curls and it's matted, you got a problem with your product, okay? It's not your hair. There's nothing wrong with your hair. It's your product. And it may not even just be your product. It could be your method of application. Yes. Teacher Crystal today. So, I just want to give you a few tips. That was my glasses. I'm gonna need to grab those because I'm going to have to show you. Well, I'm not even going to worry about the glasses right now because I already know what I was going to show you about this particular product. Okay, so anyway, first, if you don't know, I know you hear all these different technical terms about porosity, low porosity, medium porosity, density, and all that. And you know why I have so many clients who have heard these terms, have seen products that talk about these terms and still have problems? It's because we're not all hair professionals or hair gurus, and I get it. So while it is very necessary and it makes so much sense to know whether or not your hair is how porous it is, I want to break that part down just a little bit, right? So let's just look at it in this way. Let's look at whether or not your hair holds moisture or whether or not your hair gets dry very quickly, right? So let's just use those terms because we all know what our hair does, right? I know that when I shampoo my hair, if I don't put anything in it at all, it still will I could put my hair in a bun, no product. It's definitely not going to dry anytime soon because one, all of this hair in a bun has no kind of air going into it. Now let's take it down. If I let my hair go, don't put any product in it and just let it dry, it still takes a while for it to dry. On the surface, of course, it gets kind of dry because where I live, Texas, the heat, and it's not like super humid air, right? There's not a lot of moisture in the air, right? So my hair doesn't get dry quickly, right? So if we're going to go back to those porosity terms, I'm kind of a medium porosity. My hair is not super porous, but it is also not low porous because it doesn't get dry really fast. So if your hair is one that you shampoo it and you condition it and everything, and it's before you can even get your leave-in or whatever product in there, you're in one section putting in product, the other section is already dry before you get to the other side of it, then your hair does not retain hydration and moisture, right? So you're that low porosity person, right? Okay, so we have to first understand that before we get to our products. Now, one thing that I try to explain to my clients, you have to go with what look you're going for. I like big hair. I love my hair like this. Funny thing is that when I first shampoo my hair and I put my products in there and let's say I go to work or whatever, other people seem to like it that way because it's still dry, it's fresh. I mean, it's still wet, it's still fresh. It's kind of laying down on my head. I don't really like it that way so much. But some people like their hair to look that way and to stay that way with that wet look. I'm not that person. So we're not going to style our hair the same, right? So I'm going to give you, I'm trying not to take too long because I know you've seen so many videos and so many things. But for those who want to watch this video, I want to give you a little bit of help. Though I'm a stylist, licensed and everything, I never have a problem with sharing products with my clients, telling them what I'm using and how to use it. And the reason being is because my hands are my hands. And what I do to my client, it doesn't matter if they use the same products. We have different hands and it's gonna work a little differently. But my client can have a very similar look and style from home. And I feel like that reflects positively on me because I believe in healthy hair. Getting to the point. For a style like this, wash and go, every style actually, let's make sure we're parting our hair. Let's make sure that we are getting that product completely within our hair. Your hair needs to be saturated. Don't use a lot of like, if you're using 3 and 4, 5 products on your hair, you're using too many products. Yeah, too many products. I use between 1 and 2 products anytime I style my hair and anytime I'm styling my client's hair. Unless I have a client who just is insistent on a particular product, right? But if even at that time, generally, it may be a product that's a growth oil, where we'll talk about that a different time. That is something that I may use in the scalp because that's the only place that I'm going to use an oil is going to be in the scalp. Because oils travel, they will travel down the shaft and continue to add a sheen to your hair as the days go by. They will travel down the shaft. I promise you they will. So they are not your moisturizers or your stylers, okay? Okay. Now, otherwise, like I said, 1 to 2 products. For whatever those products are, I'm going to, for the purpose of this video, give you a pretty general idea. I always use a leave-in. Whatever the style is going to be, I use a leave-in for this wash and go type look, right? Myself, I have a couple of products that I use. People are always asking me what I use specifically. Even when I combine it with something else, my go-to leave-in is Shea Moisture. That Shea Moisture Jamaican Black Castor Oil Strengthen and Restore Leave-In Conditioner. Why? Because not only does it have the conditioners in it that I need for my hair, but it also has enough water in it to give me slippage when I'm detangling, right? That is very important because for your hair, as you are detangling, you don't want a leave-in that is going to be so thick that as you're detangling, you're pulling and yanking at your hair, right? Does that make sense? Okay. So, section your hair, each section. Do not do the lather it up and then just lather it on top, slap it in the back. All of this middle part, you're missing it. It's not getting done. Section that hair up. Go through it. Get all up in there. Then get your next section. Get all up in there. Make sure you're combing the product through. Do the other section. All right. So for you ladies whose hair dries up really fast while you're trying to do this side, then you may need to wet it again. The other key is as you are putting your products in, always put your products in while your hair is moist, is hydrated. While there is water in your hair, put it in there. If you've ever noticed the time where your hair feels like or looks like it has some type of residue on it, or where the products are sitting on top of your hair, your leave-ins are, most of the better leave-ins are water soluble products. They work best with water. And you know why? Because your hair is just like your body. It wants water. It wants a drink of water. Okay? All right. So, what we say? Moisture. Make sure there's water in your hair. Make sure you're putting these products in your hair in moist, damp hair. Not soaking wet, but moist, damp hair, because if it's soaking wet, you're going to end up smoothing out, like rubbing out or squeezing out all of your product anyway, right? But damp hair. So we got that part, leave-in conditioner. What else did we say? Part the hair. Make sure that you're getting all of your product in there. Okay, so I have a lot of hair. So when I do mine, I do each section. I put my leave-in in, comb out, detangle and everything, and then I go ahead and use my styler in that section also, so that I don't have to, because I'm a little bit lazy when it comes to my own hair. I don't want to like do all of it, then go back and do it again. And I also only take about 20 minutes to do my hair. 20, darling, 20. About as long as this video is for you today. Yeah. So, stylers. I have a couple in my repertoire. A couple that I really like. So, first styler, I like to use the Shea Moisture Curl and Style Milk. That's one. Another styler that I like to use on my hair is, and I've become a really big fan of this one lately. This bottle's almost empty. The Dew Mousse Def Texture Foam. Let me tell you a little bit about this. All mousses, see, is this mousse? Not mousse, but mousse. All mousses are not created equal. I don't generally like to use mousse as a styler. Why? Because generally, mousse dries my hair. It looks great that first day. The second day, it's dry. Not only do I like big hair with defined curls, I also like to be able to touch it. It's soft. You can't tell. Maybe you can in the camera, but it's soft. It feels nice. It's lovely. Which is the other reason why I personally don't like gels, because I don't like crunchy hair. Okay? And I say that because I don't want to discount someone else's product, but there are other mousses that I tried them. They did okay the first day, but this right here, this is the truth. Not only on my hair, but I love this product, and I can't think of any client that I can't use this on. Low porosity, high moisture, low moisture, whatever terms you want to use, I can use this because they have really figured out that product, that formula. It's great stuff. What's the takeaway so far? Moisturize. After you've had a great shampoo and conditioning, make sure your hair is still wet when you're applying your products. Section your hair, put your products in there. I like to kind of finger coil a little bit myself because I like to have curl definition, and when I finger coil, it just does something for me. Okay, so that's what I do. Leave in and styler. Okay, leave in, styler. After section, comb. I hope that this video has not been like super confusing. I hope that you've been able to follow me. I hope that you've been able to understand me. I'm going to give you a few other products that I think are great products and are great stylers. So I'm a fan of Obia Naturals. See that? I got too much natural light. Obia Naturals Curl Hydration Spray. It's wonderful for my daughter's hair. She and I have different textures and densities, but this is a wonderful, wonderful refresher spray when you're doing twist outs, when you're doing your set styles, not just like a regular wash and go. This Curl Moisture Cream by Obia Naturals is also a wonderful styler for you. And I'm going back to my girls with the Dew again. This Bonita Afro Balm, this can be used on wet or dry hair, right? If you are doing a wash and go, make sure that your hair, it has lots of water in it. Like I said, if you're going to use this for your styler. What I used for this particular wash and go is, and that's why my curls look a little different also, because this is a little heavy for me, for my texture, but the instructions do say, you know, use sparingly. So I didn't use like an extreme amount. The Mousse Def was my main character here. But I use a little bit of this in my hair to help with the sheen, right? So all in all, this was a longer video than usual because there was so much I wanted to say and so little time, so much to say. And I'll try to break this out more if anyone wants me to. But I wanted to share this because I get so many questions. And then I also get so many frustrations presented to me. I'm frustrated with my hair. Why does my hair look this way? Why does my hair look matted? Why does it And I get it. I don't want you to feel like being a natural is a super intense or difficult job. It really can be an easy thing. And I also don't want to tell you to just experiment with a bunch of different products. So that's why I gave you a couple of brands and a couple of products that can be very helpful to you with almost any type of texture. The biggest thing, the main thing that I tell all of my clients, and that is the most important, is saturation. Do not try to skip over and just, I'm an active mom, also active. I work out, I have children, I have a couple of jobs. I don't have a lot of time for my hair. However, because I don't have a lot of time, I make sure that I take those steps to section my hair out, put that in, put my style in, and I'm good to go. It's time for me. It's about time for me to shampoo my hair again. And you know why? Some of you would be like, "Oh, girl, that's still good. You still good." But you know why? Because